Guys, never order an Irish car bomb in an English pub. Worst mistake of my life.
Wouldn't it be celebrated in England? I thought it was only Ireland where you get in trouble.
No, because the Irish car bombs went off in England.
Did
Trying
they?
to kill Thatcher.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I need a crazy ass moment.
Crazy-ass
on
moment.
that, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure, craziest moments in drinking history.
Hello.
Probably got a
Shrimp
couple of those on
hours.
the show.
Number 151. First episode of season 4. God damn, we've put out 3 seasons of this nonsense, and the same 200 people are still watching it every week.
I don't know
Drafter.
how.
I'm here, Cody's here, Slap's here, Ben's here.
I'm gonna name drop it at the end of like a video on Maine one day. We're gonna have like 2,000 people
They're
watching.
not ready. They're not ready. Listen, you people watching this right now, you're the real ones. Thank
We're
you.
gonna be monetized come hell or high water.
God damn.
With some of these titles, I'm not sure if that'll ever happen.
That's why we need you to buy
YouTube,
shirts.
if you don't monetize us, I'm coming to your house.
Okay, season 3 is officially over, which means I have made a shirt and a poster and a glass. They will be
hold
on shop.shrimphub.cool starting when this episode's up. But we can take a look at this stuff right now if you are so interested.
I'll take a peek.
I want to see this poster. Ooh.
There's
yeah.
the shirt. I had to
Do
do a
it for
Dale
Dale.
car for 3. Yeah. So it's got
I feel like the car should be heading towards a
No,
Physical
don't.
object.
Don't you say it.
a turd
Don't you
for
say
wall
it.
in Daytona. You're an animal.
Don't you say it.
It is
Just have,
turned
like,
to the
just
right.
put Coors Light number 40 like behind
Put
him.
some respect
It is
on his
turned to the
name.
right.
And then, of course,
Uh-oh.
it has all
All right,
of
let's
the
read all
wonderful
of
titles
these.
on the back.
Trash can tsunami.
This is the most foul shirt bag I think we've put
All right,
out.
let's just skim through a couple. They spray and blow you, vague insemination, smoke crack,
Pre-nut
and die.
hilarity.
Everything's
the
fine until
pussy.
you get to like 149. I would S a dude's D for nacho cheese spread.
Shrimp check
Foul.
what you got over there.
There's only a
I like how
couple-
the back half are like so much more longer and intricate than the first half.
Yeah, I had to move the column over because these titles got so long. The only long one in the first half of the season is the Red Rocket Nut of the Year award.
Italian sausage gas chamber.
We're just gonna have
That's
entire.
foul.
We're just gonna have entire paragraphs for titles by like season 5 or 6.
I hope not.
I
It's not
was,
gonna
I was
fit on
talking
a
to my
shirt.
cousin this weekend, and I like vaguely mentioned I was on a podcast. She's like, "Oh, what's it called?" It's like Shrimp Hours
Uh-oh.
Presents, and then we
No,
do like a
no,
title.
no. You
But,
say,
but she's also a degenerate, and I started like listing off like slaps dead, vague inseminations. Sorry that I don't like girls. Tug cheese McDick fart, and she's like,
Sorry that I don't like girls. is
"You
one
can
of my
like, how are you
titles.
allowed to put this on YouTube?"
Remember, folks,
love-
if you want a shirt, shop.shrimphub.cool. I can't point to it 'cause it's way
Beef
over there.
I love it.
You
It
get the
gets
idea.
me wet. It gets me wet, and then a few episodes later, pre-nut clarity.
With
Jesus
butt
Christ.
problems and the clussy back to back.
The clussy.
This Osama bin Lagano is one of my favorites. Vague inseminations is also solid.
Mhm.
So stab your way to the
Sorry, I
cup.
don't like girls.
I love just your home address.
Number 122.
Wasn't that the one on the thumbnail we put just a random IP address on
Yeah.
it?
That's
And
someone's. That random one you put is someone's out there.
No, I specifically picked a camera that was in view of Daytona. It was for them from the like Daytona airstrip. They just had a unsecure camera. I just put the IP for it in there.
Only you would think.
Okay.
There's a website for that where it's just like you can just click on it. It'll go to a random unsecured CCTV camera. There's a Twitter page also that posts just like a screenshot from a random one every hour, and it's pretty funny. Secure your
Oh,
freaking
the
networks, people.
Osama bin Lagano got a pop off from my other cousin who saw it, and he's just like, "Dude, what the heck is that in reference to?" And I showed him our reaction to the Logano crash at the Daytona 500. Like, this is what this was about. And he watched that, and he's just like, wow, that guy actually is a fucking terrorist. and then like later we turn on the Mexico race, and Logano's just like plowing through the field, just like knocking people out of the way. He's like,
He's an animal.
this guy needs to have his ass whooped. And my cousin has not watched a NASCAR race in 2 years, and he watched that, and he actually thought the racing was awesome, but he did think Logano was a terrorist.
Osama bin Logano.
I thought for sure he was going to win that race because he has that trend of just winning like the inaugural races at some certain track or event.
Well, there's a new
Does
guy
he
who
already
wins
have? He has a
inaugural
race win
races at
already, doesn't he?
road courses. I actually don't
He has a
know.
race. I think he's already in the playoffs. I don't know.
There's a lot of shrimp hours on this screen right now. Anyway,
Yes,
if
very
you don't
good.
want the shirt, I mean, you can also get the shirt. You can also get the poster to go along with the other posters, featuring a new set of shrimp related artwork. We've got the
pickle
flags.
chip.
We've got the little pickle dude. I made some toaster strudels.
Jellied eels.
Jellied eels. This is supposed to be the nacho cheese sauce, but it does kind of just look like a ketchup packet. I got a coffee crisp. I got
what is
the
that?
Lethal Company meth. That's Down syndrome Pikachu.
Oh god.
I've got the train. I've got
NC rail train.
Okay, I tried to do the bullet hole from that window in Cody's hotel, but it just kind of looks like an anus.
Kind of looks like
It does look like a butthole.
So whatever, it's on
That's
there.
the butt. That's the butt problems. It is close to the butt problems on the.
I also tried to do the diaper taco that Rusty talked about that one time because I realized that was this season. There's just a map of Delaware.
I was about to say, is it always Delaware?
There's a Heineken with a no sign from the Rockingham Gestapo.
Oh, yeah.
The anthropomorphic shower where Cody's in the shower with the camera sticking out of it. I've got the shrimp trophy.
The Red Rocket
Minecraft buckers
with no gussy.
with no gussy.
No gussy.
You can
yeah,
draw one
they're all
on
on
there if you want
the
to.
they're all on the shirt as well. You'll find all your favorite characters from this season. And they're all on the outside of this as well. Which you know, a lot of them get hidden by stuff, but you'll see
The
them around.
jar. The jar.
Yeah, when
front
we
and
start
center.
selling mason jars with the titles on them.
Well, we've got glasses. That's kind of close. We can't make jars unless we make them ourselves. Which, you know, not impossible. But you can get the Shrimp Hour Season 3 glass if you're collecting the glasses, featuring all the boys and all the titles.
And what we
Barrel of
think is
ass.
lead free.
Barrel of ass.
A piss trough baptism
oh.
on the glass.
Also available on shop.shrimphub.cool starting when this episode comes out. The other two shirts that we talked about a while ago and then I never actually made public. You can get the I Survived the 1955 Le Mans disaster and all I got was this t-shirt. I don't know when you would wear this, but
I'm wearing that to the Isle of Man next year.
Jesus.
This is a stupid inside joke that we've had for years and we're just like, fuck it, we'll make the shirt.
You're literally gonna encounter someone's like great granddaughter or grandson that
Yeah.
perished.
God
in the,
died. Yeah, God died. Jesus Christ.
God died.
Yeah, wearing a
also get
t-shirt
the,
commemorating the deadliest accident in motorsports history to the deadliest motor race in the world.
Listen, you can survive something else. There's also the NASCAR sucks, country and western is rubbish for the next time they go to a short course.
I don't know how I feel about either one of
Or
them.
anytime you go to a NASCAR event.
Yeah, these are both. You wear them.
Anytime you go to a NASCAR race where there is not a flip.
You need the right context for, I think, both of these shirts.
I don't know if there is a right context.
Fair. I will say Ben brought his NASCAR sucks shirt to CTMP, and I was like, "Are you gonna actually wear that?" Because NASCAR's kind of cool up here. But anyway, if you want them, shop.shrimphub.cool. Also, due to popular demand, shrimp on a snapback is
hold
now
on.
available. This dude
Hold
doesn't
on.
come with it. It's got the little green bottom, which I think actually complements the shrimp very well. It's the
Shrimp Hub
same.
had the green underneath too.
Yeah, so it's the exact same base as like the hub hat if you got it when that came out, except it's got a little it's all embroidered. It should be pretty cool. So you got a shrimp.
Can I
on the front.
request a night mode shrimp hat where it's the
It
shrimp
just
is
says night mode on the front with a little
no, where
shrimp
it's
on the
darker.
side.
Dude,
It's like the
hold on.
blue jay.
Dude, if
You
you had like
do
a
like the blue
shrimp-
jay on the side.
Dude, if you made a shrimp hat with the shrimp in the night mode colors, that'd actually be kind of sick.
Hold on. Let me log in right now. We can try this.
You're gonna
I'll do
like
this
live
on
gimp this.
I don't even need to gimp this.
What if we also gave the shrimp like those little 8-bit sunglasses?
Dude, a
like
night
the
mode colored shrimp
new
hat would go
ones?
hard. The
Hold on.
vaporwave shrimp hat would go hard.
I think
do
I
like
can
me some
literally just
vaporwave.
go into this one and just select the thread colors. We have the technology.
We have the technology.
We do. Yeah, alright, here we go. Here's all the stuff that I've put onto previous products.
A dead shrimp.
So if we go... Why does it say there's 5 colors?
It's only 3 I see.
Fuck. It'll only be 4. Anyway. Yeah, what I did on the actual one is I just made this orange and then that black. But if you want... What do you want? Night mode? You want like a dark shrimp with like a light outline?
No, black.
Like the
face
pink and
shrimp.
purple. Like the pink and purple. Like the same kind
Pink and purple?
Now let's try a
Why
orange
purple?
outline.
Or like a reverse shrimp?
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm,
That
it
didn't
looked better in my mind.
Pull that night mode hat back up.
Yeah, hold on, Ben. Pull out my night mode hats on this side of the room.
I want to see the color.
Yeah, so it's
What,
like
like the
blue on
dark
black
blue?
with like a little bit of red.
Blue, black, and like, yeah, that kind of like pinkish red.
So you're saying something like that?
Do that, no, have the inside of the shrimp be like that pink, like that reddish pink. Try that flamingo, whatever that was.
Flamingo.
Yeah.
That's what I was envisioning.
Like that? Okay, that's a little bit Miami. I see you.
Yeah.
Miami Nights.
That's kind of sick.
I can add that if you'd like. If you want that more than the orange one.
I just don't know if it works.
We can
that
make it as a
green
second
bill is the
option.
other thing. But
It
yeah,
doesn't
that'd
work
be-
as the green. The green looks so good, I think, with the orange
does.
dude.
It looks better with the OG.
Let me know. Leave a comment or send us an email if you want a night mode
Night.
hat. I'll quit that for now. All right. Anyway, get it all. Shop.shrimpup.cool. We just spent like 20 minutes plugging merch.
You ever think when that kid, whoever that dude is, like went to that modeling gig and did that photo shoot one day? You ever think he was just gonna end up with a shrimphub.cool hat on his head,
Oop,
just
that's the wrong thing.
auto-generated?
I'm sure what we've created is not the worst thing
Shrimp
that's
on a
popped
hat.
up on that guy's head.
I suppose.
That's actually a really good point. There's probably been some fucked up things put on that guy's
Foul. Some foul.
head. All right. Get your season 3 merch. Season 2 stuff is gone forever, unless you know how to get
Limited
it or you
edition.
ask very nicely.
No,
You'll be able
find
to
Still
resales
waiting for
on-
my season 1 poster.
Find resells on eBay
Really?
for marked up.
Yeah, buy it now, and then
Slap
when
got
we're
scammed.
popular in a decade, you can sell it for a bunch of money. Season 3 stuff will be available for the duration of season 4, so you've got an entire year. So get it whenever you feel like it, but also get it right now. Shop.shrimpup.cool. All right, next up we have the news. NASCAR went to Mexico City. They only had a lot of problems getting the Xfinity drivers into the country because their charter
Because
plane.
None of those dudes have enough money to get a passport.
What do you mean? They
Probably
don't
a lot
have
of
to
troops
have
that have,
passports,
actually. Do they?
don't they?
When does
They're,
Xfinity
uh,
race outside the country otherwise?
Mexico.
Yeah, their plane blew up was the problem, not their passports.
Uh-oh. Are you serious?
Did you guys not see Ryan
there
Ellis
was
on
an
Twitter?
engine failure. Yeah.
Oh, can we talk about that? Speaking of planes blowing up, are we going to talk about that Dave Moody tweet
Okay.
where he had like the major fucking NRF energy or whoever tweeted that one?
Yeah,
Chicago
I put a
that one
tweet
time?
out. I actually got a lot of traction where I combined the NRF tweet the Matt Weaver Brad Flip tweet, and then the Dave Moody just like insane tweeting. Oh, I guess probably get rid of the shop thing. Where like NRF the classic, like they're gonna put a grandstand next to a building in Chicago. What if they get shot like Las Vegas? Insane thing to tweet. It was Jeff Gluck. That's who it was. Jeff Gluck. If this wreck happened completely differently, people would be dead. Insane thing to tweet. And then
he almost would have ended in the campground.
Even worse than all of that, it's just Dave Moody randomly being like, if the Charlotte terminal exploded, NASCAR would be out of business. Dave, I think there'd be bigger problems than that if the whole terminal suddenly exploded.
Dude,
that's how you get yourself on a list.
I saw that like 9 a.m. I saw that like 9 a.m. and I sent that to Caleb. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
How do you not tweet that and then immediately get TSA tapping your shoulder?
Dude, it took him like an entire day to delete it too.
I think he was just like refusing to delete. It was like, no.
Well, he was defending himself in the comments, but he probably had someone be like, "Hey, pal."
Like one of his industry people tapped him on the shoulder, was like, "Yo, you need to fucking take this down."
Don't just randomly be like, "What if this exploded and killed everybody?"
Yeah, one of my favorite replies before he deleted it was just, "Yo, TSA, you might want to check this guy twice."
Might want to pat him down, check his shrimp.
Yeah, Ryan Ellis was tweeting his journey. Because all the drivers fly chartered, I don't know all, but normally. So I guess they brought out a big boy to go to Mexico City. So I saw Cody Wortley tweeted that this is like a 767-200 or something. It's like a really old plane because it's chartered.
But hey, it's got that RGB up at the ceiling.
I guess I gotta click this on each one. But yeah, they tried to take off. Plane made a boom noise.
Oh no!
And then there were fire trucks. And then they all had to get out of the plane on the tarmac.
Oh my god!
So trouble. So after that, someone posted the flight tracker where it was like near maximum speed before they aborted the takeoff.
Holy shit.
And probably cooked the shit out of their brakes doing it. Austin
Dude, that would be
posted
terrifying.
a picture of it.
Imagine getting up to
That does
speed
look like an old ass plane.
Getting up to speed just before the thing starts to lift off and you just hear a boom. Like, dude, that'd be fucking terrifying.
And then they're like slamming the brakes and you get it stopped before the end of the runway.
Yeah, you're not sure if it's gonna go off the fucking runway or not.
So Ryan Ellis got a commercial flight with American Airlines that just got delayed a bunch, so he couldn't even get out of. I guess he's still in the Charlotte area, and was kind of left alone there. Then this is another thread. He got home, played Warzone, and then took a 12:40 a.m. flight to Miami. To then go from Miami to Mexico. And I think he did eventually make it. They delayed practice by a day. His bags, he took a picture when he got in Mexico. His bags were still in Charlotte, which is unfortunate.
Oh my god.
But he did eventually make it there.
How did he do in the race? Please tell me he finished like 35th. Like he went through all that just to finish like third to last.
I mean, it is DGM Racing. Do they do a results graphic?
Oh no, 27th,
28.
No, that was stage 2. That was stage 2.
Okay.
They didn't post the results. Okay.
Which means they probably didn't do well if they never bothered to post a results graphic.
Ryan Ellis did do better than his spotter though.
Uh-oh.
Tab Boyd, who I think he spots Cup as well. I don't know who.
Did he drop
I only have
off the pagoda?
No, worse than that. I only have like a shitty Discord screenshot because he deleted his entire Twitter account after this went around.
Oh my god.
Where he was just like being schizo-brained about being in Mexico. I don't know. This is just someone who hasn't been outside before. I feel like he's just a country boy. He says, "I'm ready to go home. Screw this place. People can talk it up all they want. Can't even walk out the front door of the hotel without getting hustled and money snatched in less than 5 minutes. Good area, my ass." I don't know what he means about getting hustled and money snatched. I don't think any of that actually happened. Because he has since deleted his entire Twitter account, and I think he's no longer spotting for whoever he was spotting before. So, out of the tab Boyd, I guess.
And that's how you end your career.
Couldn't handle the heat.
Should have pulled that Carson Hocevar, just call it a shithole on stream or something.
In related news, before he even got to Mexico, Carson Hocevar called it a shithole, which was kind of insane. He apologized for it later. And then after he apologized, Spire Motorsports said, "Hey, that was fucked up. We're gonna fine you $50,000 and give it to Mexican charities," which I think is fair. And then Carson put another tweet where he was like, "Yeah, I fucked up," which, like, someone pointed out, he was one of the 2 cars that brought in like a Mexican sponsor to the Cup race, and it's like, here's this Mexican company sponsoring a Cup car for the first time, and then they find a Twitch clip of him calling their country a shithole.
Was it like recently, like in their recent travels, or was it like some old like?
No, it was like right before the race. It was him talking about the race.
Okay.
Right,
but
he's
like,
gonna call Mexico City a shithole. He's from fucking Portage, Michigan.
That's what he said. Is he was like, "Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been talking like that." 50 grand.
That up just now.
That's probably not that much money to Carson.
What I'm interested in.
There's about 50,000 people in Portage, Michigan.
Well, that's probably a hefty fine for Hocevar. I mean, he's not like a.
I guess he is probably like
Joey
bottom
Logano or a Kyle Larson as far as income goes.
But what I'm interested in is, like, were they escorted everywhere in Mexico City? Like, it seemed like they weren't able to go out on their own to experience.
No, I think they were.
That might have been.
I think they were probably led to the hotel. Because who was it?
The haulers, at the very least, were escorted.
Yes, which makes sense because there's a lot of money in there. I gotta find it again. Someone put out a video in response to Tab of just them walking around Mexico City, and it looked very cool. I don't know if I bookmarked it though. Probably not. Anyway,
shame on you for not wearing your Daniel Suarez race winner shirt, by the way.
Yeah, one of the 7 that I know that
I should have. It's actually in the wash because I wore it on the Xfinity race day, not expecting him to win at all, and I was actually working that day, so I didn't even watch the race. And I got home and I was like, "What the fuck? Daniel Suarez won?"
How's that baseball game going, Ben?
It's going good. We're winning.
You can see the reflection. Anyway, I just want to say
full screen. I want to see the count.
It is full screen.
Carson Hocevar fucked up, but he like took accountability for it, and I feel like he answered very responsibly, and I'm actually kind of impressed. I might be turning into a non-Carson Hocevar hater after his antics in the Truck Series, but
no, I've been turning.
Give him a week. Give him a week before he commits terrorism again.
Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was not happy with him after his conduct on track in Mexico.
Turning on him in a good way, by the way.
Yeah,
I know he was an animal like a couple of years ago, at least in the Truck Series.
He's still an animal.
He is still an animal.
Not as
the
much.
whole grid kind of hates him.
But that's how you have to drive with these stupid cars.
It's true. Other NASCAR news. I got a fat news segment this week. Jeff Gordon has teased that he's been talking with Tom Cruise. He said he was on set for Mission Impossible, which I think is kind of crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon went around saying Tom Cruise said, "We're gonna do it. We're gonna make Days of Thunder 2." And now all the media guys are like, "They're making Days of Thunder 2," and it's like,
are they gonna make Jeff Gordon?
I thought that was already confirmed, like 6 months ago.
Not really.
Are they gonna make Jeff Gordon the Rick Hendrick character in the movie? Because that'd actually be good. Just get the vest and good to go.
It makes sense. I mean, Hendrick helped him with the first one, and Jeff is a huge fan. Apparently, he keeps talking about him and Tom Cruise are such good friends.
I don't want them to make a second. It's just gonna taint the first one.
The first one was just a bad Top Gun anyway. That's just me.
But
I think it'd be cool if they do it again. I think they're talking about it now just because of the buzz around the F1 movie. And if that goes well, which I think so far it's reviewed pretty well, NASCAR will want a piece of that action.
Can you imagine that Days of Thunder with like the next gen cars? Like part of the plot point is the main character's out for like 4 months because he backed it into the wall.
It's gonna be the same as it's gonna be the exact same as the new Top Gun and the F1 movie, where it's like the old man still got it, and the young guy's coming up, and he's gonna like whatever try and mentor this guy, and then that's gonna be it.
I don't know if Jeff Gordon still got it anymore. I know he's got legend status, but I don't know if you. It's
gonna be Tom Cruise anyway.
Have him be competitive right
now. More
he's younger than Mark Martin was when he got his last win.
Well, Mark Martin's a legend, and that was
you just said Jeff Gordon's a legend.
But Mark Martin, as far as his success at his age, was like an anomaly, not the norm. That was like Tom Brady, like having success into his 40s. Like there's one lone guy ever to do that, and it's that guy.
I'm just saying, Harry Gant, he was even older.
Yeah, I'll shut up. Good example.
Jordan Bianchi, known rat, put out an article about how NASCAR is supposedly reaching a deal for a street race in San Diego for next year, which is pretty soon. But it makes sense because their Chicago thing's going to run out, and it sounds like another Carson host of our Twitch moment where he said they're going to go to Chicagoland next year. So it sounds like they might leave the streets of Chicago to go back to Chicagoland, but then run the streets in San Diego.
I was seeing
Rumble. Can we just go back to Road America? Fuck.
There might be a street. They're talking about a street course race in Philadelphia.
Well, that's the next point. Not a street course. So the news was, it was just a little Steve O'Donnell quote. As we know, we're all big fans of Steve O'Donnell. He said he was eyeing. I think the only thing I've ever said about
Steve O'Donnell is I want to put a black bag over his head.
Right. Anyway, he said he was eyeing this football stadium in Philadelphia, which I guess is some like really old University of Philadelphia thing.
The Temple University? Oh, Penn.
Yeah. At Penn, whatever this
NASCAR will do
Franklin
anything
Field.
to not go back to Road America. Hey, let's race in a high school football stadium instead of go to a racetrack.
This does bring up the point of like, it would be kind of sick if they did. This is kind of small still. Like it's still a football stadium. It's still gonna look
hey
like
guys,
the LA
hear me
Coliseum.
out. There's an old decommissioned Chuck E. Cheese. We could do a cup race in there.
Honestly, if they could,
like, they already race at Bowman. God, I fucked it up.
Not
Bowman Gray.
Bowman Blue.
That's where CTMP is.
Bowman Gay. It's Pride Month. I can say it.
I don't think that's how that works.
They're doing all these. I'll write that one down. They're doing all these
There's a podcast titled
street
Bowman
courses
Stadium.
in city centers now, which I think is cool. I think that's awesome. And now people are talking like, what if they did an oval? What if they just made a stupid little oval wherever they can fit it, where it's like not Coliseum size, because the racing sucked at the Coliseum. They couldn't do an actual race there. But I think bringing the product to the people and make it oval racing, maybe not in the next gen though, because that is kind of ass.
What's that famous track in Wisconsin? That's tinier than Bristol, but has more banking.
You cannot fit a cup field on Slinger.
You want a core or a fucking Knockos championship there? How do
they fit it on a football field? You can fit a Slinger.
Ben
Slinger
right
is
out of that
smaller
race.
than Bowman Gray.
Yeah,
you could fit
not.
20 cars on there.
Yeah, not a cup field.
There was an SRX race there. That was fun.
Dude, rest in peace, SRX.
No, you just have like an A main and a B main, and you know.
There you go. Yeah.
Top two finishers in the B main and transfer to the A main.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's your news for this week.
I will say, just to like fully analyze that suggestion, as someone that would love that, like theoretically, that track and area does not have like the proper facilities and accommodations for a cup race.
Yeah, well, neither did Kentucky Speedway. That didn't stop them.
Oh, and look where Kentucky Speedway is. Look how they're doing
That's
nowadays.
not a great example.
Yeah, how's Kentucky Speedway doing right now?
They had a good run.
Did they?
I guess you can count this news if you want. Kaz Grala is gonna run road courses for Sam Hunt Racing in the Xfinity Series. Shout out to Kaz Grala. I forgot about that guy. All right. You know what time it is. Where's the button?
You know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
You don't know where the button is.
Drip or drown. Drip or drown.
I can't wait to see this. Apparently generational dies.
Drip or drown.
Yeah, there's one car that makes me want to end
He's
it all.
hyping it up, man.
It's yeah, okay. It's just one of those situations where it's like, we'll get to it. All right. First thing I've got here at Drip or Drown. I don't have anything from Mexico. I don't think there's anything that new or interesting. Shout out to Daniel Suarez for winning in the friggin' backup car though, just plain black with some stickers on it.
That was pretty sick.
Kind of hard. All right. Some paint schemes for upcoming races. Justin Allgaier and Junior Motorsports did a poll where they had a bunch of flavors of mayonnaise, and they got a spicy one hitting the track, which I think is kind of cute.
Ugh.
So yeah, we got the spicy Hellmann's with some flames on it.
It's somewhere in between slightly drippy and who cares?
I think it's pretty drippy.
Spicy mayonnaise. We already had that. It's called horseradish.
Horseradish?
That's not spicy. That's different.
Would you?
Anyway, Dean Thompson found a sponsor, but only for half of his car. So he still has his own name on the side, but he's got Ugly's Kettle Chips on the front. Very interesting.
2 for 2 for food on the cars.
That's
So
true.
cool.
Although I don't know, would you count this as food? It's a anthropomorphic potato.
It's potato chips. You like got the bag of the chips on the hood.
Yeah, it's got the bag, but not the food
But
itself.
not the chips.
I guess.
Well, I guess this doesn't have squirting mayo.
Oh,
It just has the
I'd eat
product.
Doesn't have a lot of like mayo spicy jizz on it.
He might be a cartoon, but I'll eat that potato.
We got
Oh,
Busch
hey.
Light Lime on
That
the
is-
Ross
that
That is
going
going to
on.
stand out at like.
That will stick out like a sore thumb.
Nah, like a
Yeah,
sick.
Spotter's
looking
not going to
dog.
have any problem finding that.
No,
That
it's a
thing's sick.
banger. It's just
I like it.
It's just a bright neon green car in the field of.
Yeah.
Oh, the
To
little
I don't know who
compliment
the hell's
the,
going to be
associate
drinking
sponsor
Busch
on the
Light
C
Lime
color.
though.
I've had Bud Light Lime,
Yeah, it tasted like
and that was pretty good.
piss.
Okay,
How dare you, sir?
dude, it's
Yeah,
nice. It's like a
take
little
that back.
tinge of lime.
Yeah,
Don't
Bud
you
Light Lime
ever.
is great.
Oh, I
I'm
bet
assuming
I bet
it's
Ben
basically the
doesn't
same.
have lime slice in his Corona either.
I do. Because it goes together correctly with it.
What do you mean?
As does a
What
Bud
that
Light
mean?
Lime. Ben's being all pretentious over beer.
Not with
right
Ben
now.
be the
Alright,
type
look.
of guy that tell you jellied eels slap.
Anyway, that's a banger. We'll see it on track at some
Have a
point
jellied
soon.
eel shot.
Brennan Poole is running a
Ugh.
cup race
Uh-huh.
for NY Racing
Oh,
in the 44. So
I
you'll
keep forgetting
get
that
the
team
back.
exists.
Dude,
They just
I-
kind of like pop up every once in a while.
I just envision their shop. They're just like hanging out, just one day, like, "Hey, guys, want to do a cup race in a couple months?" We're like, "Oh yeah, cool. All right."
I don't even know what
Checks out.
race this is. I probably should have done my research, or they probably should have put it on the graphic. But anyway,
Gonna
one or
guess
the
it's either
other.
Speedway or Atlanta.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this is one of those things where like Brennan Poole had a sponsor and was like, "Hey, we want to race," and then they're like, "Who's got a cup car?" Call up NY Racing. They're like, "Yeah, we can put it together for you, maybe."
It's fine. It's kind of Hendrick font for the number.
It does kind of look like that when it's yellow like that. It's kind of funky. I kind of like it. There's something kind of like 90s about it.
It's fine.
Dude, it looks like one of your cars you would have made in NASCAR Heat.
Like
Like,
the
it
ones
kinda
that I
looks
made
like-
to purposefully look bad.
Yeah, kind of, but like
That's not a
almost like,
compliment.
almost
All it
like,
needs is the 2 question marks and you're golden.
There are
it
a
looks like
lot of colors. We've
yeah,
got
dude. If you
pink, yellow, red, 2 different blues, purple. That's a lot
Thank
going
you.
on.
yeah, make it the question mark numbers and throw a little brown and green in there, and that's your fucking NASCAR. Heat car.
All right, fair play. Okay. 2311 has a deal with Upper Deck, the trading card company,
Yeah.
where they've put like different athletes on the hood. They have a deal with Superman. I don't know how, but they're gonna make a Superman car for 2311.
How badly did they screw this up?
We've seen Superman paint schemes in NASCAR before. This is what Tyler Reddick will be driving to promote Superman and Upper Deck.
I think we just move on. We don't even justify acknowledging this thing's existence.
I think we have to acknowledge it. I think this is in line for possibly one of the worst cars in the season.
It is.
We're like an upper decker.
An upper decker.
Anyway, I guess they're making a movie because it says only in theaters July 11th. Yeah. What a horrible way to promote your film.
That's crazy.
They're filming it in Cleveland.
That's crazy. That's like 3 weeks from now, and I've have not heard of this movie whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just to point out a couple things on 2311, because I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They still can't figure out how to get their numbers to line up with the base design, and they still refuse to put logos on the deck lid. I don't understand it. There's like reverse cameras in NASCAR too. They just don't do it. And the roof thing's insane.
Why is that crooked? Yeah, why is that off center?
It's just
look up higher. Look at Upper Deck, the bottom of it to the yellow line.
Yeah, that's foul. Yeah.
Why is Superman not above the logo where you can read it? Like you can't read it because of the louver.
Or below
also, because you can buy this card that just has this car on it.
They're making buy hero cards now.
No, it's I guess collect it. But yeah, it's
no, I don't think I will.
It's not even jar worthy.
God.
I wouldn't.
There's a
on that card
if I ever heard one.
I'll write down not even jar worthy.
I wouldn't spill my seed on that car.
I will spill my seed on this though. Christopher Butcher in the cinnamon toast crunch car.
Is that
it's already there? It's got the jism on the right.
And the left. And the left. Oh, look at the face that guy's making. He's got the O face right.
Pupils. Oh, he's down bad.
Dude, he's got the O face on the left.
This is sick. I just love this. They did a good thing. They stopped doing the little split Kroger hood now, and it's like actually like the same color as the base, and they just put the logo above the Kroger and on the side and do the colors and everything. And they're doing a merch drop with it too, so you can get a fucking Eat My Cinna Dust shirt.
Oh, look at that.
Just tons of milk. It does go hard as hell, if I'm honest.
DT, the way you hate shirts with like the main like design on the back, I will never be sold on the Kroger thing, just the logo just slipping off the hood on the Kroger cars. Oh, but you can see it when you're looking at the car front on. Yeah, what about all the fans in the stands looking at it top down where it just looks like it's falling off the
Yeah, they can still read it.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true. I do love the eat the cinnamon on the spoiler.
Dude, Eat My Cinna Dust.
Cinna Dust.
Shout out to
Why don't more teams use the spoiler for...
I don't know. I know Trackhouse has been doing it with their Red Bull stuff. I don't know that anyone else has done it.
Is that shitty Superman car the only non-food car in this Dripper Drown entry?
Yes.
Yes. They have not released a paint scheme. Denny Hamlin will be sponsored by Bob's Discount Furniture, which sounds like one of the fake sponsors you get in the World of Outlaws game when you're running like local dirt tracks.
You never heard of Bob's Discount
Furniture? Is that real?
Yeah.
I would say that the mighty have fallen if this motherfucker hadn't just won a race like last week.
Home run.
Anyway, they showed off his fire suit, and his paint scheme will be out by the time this podcast drops. But we can't.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it. That's gonna be like a generational drown.
That's not food.
That might be worse. Hold on, go back to the Brennan Poole car. What's going on with the roof number?
That's the
it's just
camera.
the little fin thing.
Yeah,
I thought that was like a little like design, like in the 4.
Also, booze is food, so the Busch Light card does count.
It's liquid bread.
All right, 4 out of 6 for food then. On Drip or Drown,
booze ain't food.
Booze
I'd
is
rather
food.
cut off my own ding dong than admit that.
Booze is food is pretty good. Anyway,
I'm sauced up on the summer shandies right now. I love it.
That's a Metalopolis.
Animal Planet.
Metalocalypse.
Yeah. Sorry, I assumed you'd get that sentence out by the time I hit the button, but I guess not.
I knew exactly what Joey was trying to pronounce too.
Put it in the
Metalocalypse.
Benglish compilation.
Death clock, death clock, death clock.
Animal Planet. We had a shrimp connection this week because Cody is now wearing the merch of what he was just working.
Actually, no, this is
Ohio Sprint
the merch
Speed
from 2 years ago when I did the Speed Week.
Same thing.
I forgot to buy a shirt this year, and I'm kind of disappointed myself.
They give you one for free.
No, they don't do that. We gotta buy our shit. Like
Any animals in Ohio other than Ben?
Lots. I told you that story before the podcast. That was kind of the highlight. Otherwise, just lots of rain and just kind of standard shit. Nothing to really.
Can I share any of
like
these pictures?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you guys make this chalk art?
I did.
Cody did.
Took me like literally 3 seconds.
Cody and Ben at the Pride Festival. Shout out.
So I woke up and got news like at 9 a.m. that my race was canceled. And where I was heading, I'd be driving like right past Ben. So I hit him up. I was like, "Yo, want to chill?" I think it was Saturday, and it was Saturday. So it was otherwise an off day. So yeah, I woke up thinking I was gonna go to the racetrack for work, and ended up in the Pride Festival.
Hell yeah.
It's one of those moments where you just wake up, you never quite know what you're gonna do that particular day.
Did y'all eat any good food out there?
Oh yeah.
We got filled up on some white pizza, some like veggie mushroom pizza.
Oh, okay.
Racist pizza?
It's like it's got
white
like the
sauce,
creamy,
not
like
the red sauce. Yeah.
It's got like the ranch sauce instead of like marinara.
Yeah, we had garlic knots, which were just completely covered in garlic. It was just dripping. You lift it up and you'd see it streaming off
right now.
Hell yeah.
And then after that, we walked around the Pride event, had some Jello shots,
and some Jello shots.
Ended off with going to the arcade.
Got some ice cream.
Yeah, we got some yummy
ice cream.
Dude, me and Ben shot some fucking dinosaurs in like a Jurassic Park like arcade game. That was pretty sick.
That was a Jurassic Park arcade game, which was fun.
There was this like old school, like I had never seen it before, like a retro bowling game that was kind of set up like an air hockey table, but you'd like glide this little like metal puck over the thing, and all the pins were like elevated like up in the machine, but there were these little like metal like clips or brackets like on the floor part. So when you like threw the disc over that, meant you knew like which pins you hit.
Right.
Yeah, like that game must have been like 50 years old. And like that's probably
it was like shuffleboard. Only at the end it was pins.
Like just an old ass mechanical thing.
Basically, yeah, exactly.
But it was fun. Like we played like 3 games of that. It was cheap.
It was like 50 cents per pop. It was a good old time.
Slap, can I pull up this picture that you sent for Animal Planet?
Yeah, this was yesterday. This dude was eyeing me down the entire time.
This is look at this cat.
This dude was pissed.
Oh man, that cat's pissed.
He was up there, he was like asleep, and then I like walk up, I was like, "Oh, hey cat." And I was just like click my tongue at him, and then he like gets up and he just like looks at me. He's like, "You fucker."
Does that thing even have pupils, or is it eyes rolled into the back of its head like the fucking Undertaker?
No, it's just like, you know how cats get when it's like really bright outside. They just have their pupils just like dilate down. Like
it's doing that crazy, like looking like up, like through like Private Pile, like when he went crazy in Full Metal Jacket. It's got that Private Pile look to it. When he's sitting on the toilet.
If that cat had a gun, Slap would not be with us.
Yeah. Yeah, he just like posted up. He like sat up and just like looked at me. He's like, leave now. I don't want you here. And the weird thing was they had like this big ass dog. Like, I guess he was like a mutt of like a different breeds or whatever, but he was like super friendly. He came over and he, wanted to get his head rubbed, wanted me to throw the ball and everything. The cat's like looking at me like, you disgust me, both of you, leave.
Dude, hold on. Good story, but I'm calling out Caleb here. This motherfucker, he keeps doing this like Discord Wordle thing, but he just inputs the answer, and then it's like, oh, Caleb got Wordle in 1. And he's done it on his own like 3 days in a row. And I keep like asking him why, and he just keeps doing it. I don't understand this.
He's lonely and confused and struggling.
Bored at work, I guess. Also got fired from Shrimp Pub Media. You'll never see him here again.
Yeah, that's another part of the season 3 change. We booted the deadweight.
No, if that was the case, I would have been fired long ago.
No,
we all would be. Let's be fair.
You got the jar to your name. Anyway,
it's true.
Media check-in.
Pioneered the jar meta.
Holder of the jar. Also runner of the website. Thanks, Ben. Media check-in for this week. Anything we're watching, playing, enjoying?
How far are you in Breaking Bad yet?
2 episodes.
Still?
Yeah. Well, now that the hockey's done, I'll be able to watch more. Shout out to the Edmonton Oilers for fucking it. The exact same thing as last year. Still don't have a goalie. And fuck the Florida Panthers.
I've been watching a lot of Simpsons lately.
Okay, boomer.
I saw you and Caleb were going at it last night too.
Mm-hmm. So I've shown the Simpsons to DT Monday, and then Caleb was hanging out yesterday, so had him watch some Simpsons. They both like it.
Yeah, I guess we both fall into the category of like grew up after the Simpsons were popular. Yeah. So
where I grew up with it because it was just reruns on Fox.
All right, we got a lot of emails, so let's.
Oh my god,
it's only 13. It's not that many. Let's get to it.
Only 13. Only 13.
Say that like we're not only 48 minutes into this podcast.
Oh, that's it.
Send them in, guys.
Yeah.
For some reason it feels longer.
Feels like it's been 2 hours.
You better send in those emails at this point. Welcome to
This is a shrimp purgatory. Just stuck here in limbo.
Yeah, we're actually doing a podcast-a-thon where we're going to pay ourselves money to keep going for the next 48 hours.
I want to say the line, but I don't want to.
All right. If you
say the word,
care, send us an email.
Say you want this.
I got nothing. ShrimpHousePresents@gmail.com. Send us questions, comments, concerns. Send us things. Season 4.
Send us concerns.
Send us your performance review. How do we do? Was this a good season? Are we washed? Should we have fired Caleb? Let us know. Send us an email. ShrimpHousePresents@gmail.com. All right. First one comes in from Roman, who says, "Hello, Shrimps. How we doing? Been a minute since I've last sent an email, but I want to make sure I got one out for episode 150. This is 151, but you're close.
Close enough.
I gotta say, you guys should win an award for the most last episodes ever. That's true. This is the last ever episode of this show.
That's true.
No other podcast series or show can ever say they've had 150 last episodes. Anyway, for my question, what is your favorite racing movie that's not NASCAR related? My pick would have to be Speed Racer, hands down. I've always had a soft spot for that movie, and I watched it many times on DVD when I was younger. I'm glad it's finally gotten the attention it deserves the last couple of years. Also fitting to mention this movie now that the whole thing is free on YouTube. I did see that. I watched that in theaters when it came out as well. Cool movie. My favorite racing
Gran
movie?
Turismo, next.
Shut up.
The Sim Racer.
God damn it.
Ford versus Ferrari is definitely up there.
Yeah, Ford versus
was
Ferrari.
good. But also, like, the old Le Mans and Grand Prix movies were also really good.
the 2009 anime movie Redline. That's really fucking good.
NASCAR.
It's like
IMAX
really
experience.
trippy too. Do not watch that on shrooms. You will trip balls.
Noted.
Cars technically isn't NASCAR, so I'll put Cars.
Dude,
That's true.
Rewatched Cars a couple months ago because I got the Disney Plus like trial thing, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna rewatch Cars, and I was just watching like, hell yeah. I watched that shit so much as a kid. But that is NASCAR related, I guess, technically, so that kind of avoids the question.
Nah, there's no NASCAR
anyway,
logo in the movie.
They never said NASCAR. They never said anything.
It's true.
It's the Piston Cup.
All right.
Piston Cup.
One more thing worth mentioning. Nearly 2 weeks ago, I went to my local flea market, and I might have pulled one of the greatest steals ever. I was able to get a David Rudiman 2007 Domino's 124 for only $10. With a box.
Oh yeah.
I also have a 2007 David Rudiman car, but it's the Burger King one, and it's the shitty class diecast, and it doesn't have a box. So this is a lot better. Yeah, even with like chrome wheels, kind of.
Isn't this the one he definitely had a concussion in at Fontana?
Yeah, where
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Camera cuts and his head's on the wheel.
He's just slumped over. Yeah.
Get out of the car! You're on fire.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that was autistic enough to immediately have my brain go to that crash the moment I saw that car.
Cody and his near fatal crash, encyclopedia brain.
Speaking of which,
and a fatal crash.
Here's some other diecasts that Roman got, including a Dan Weldon shout out.
Oh, that's actually sick.
I have that winner's circle car. The Jeff Gordon one where he crashed and Gordon one that didn't actually race it.
Yeah,
I have that Jeff Gordon one too.
As well as other various 164s that I guess didn't have boxes at the flea market.
Oh, they got the Mark Martin mayonnaise car.
Oh, the Mountain Dew one back there.
The Kid Rock Harvick car is kind of crazy. That's a pull.
Oh, look, the little
Coca-Cola
Darrell Waltrip
one. Yeah.
Oh, the Mark Martin folders. That's a throwback.
And the old Oscar Mayer.
I didn't even know they made that in that.
Is that 91?
Dude, the Fast and Furious Dave Blaney car is sick as well.
I have that one.
Of course, Mac Tonight's classic.
Oh, no, they made a Brickyard Bill Elliott thing? I didn't know that.
Bricked yard.
Bricked up yard.
God. Take it easy, guys. Also, fuck Steve Phelps. I hope someone in Mexico City takes him out back. Unfortunately,
Dave Moody tried
these from at a random flea market that has all these like ultra rare diecasts, some of which I've never even seen before.
My God, you must be living in NASCAR country to have shit like that, right?
It's God's country.
I don't see that in my local flea markets.
Andrew R. writes in, says, afternoon all y'all. Mr. Trump wants to cancel AUKUS, which is the Australian, UK, US connection. And it would be legitimately funny if this was the trigger for the whole thing. And it's an article about how the Western Australia Premier called J.D. Vance a knob, in quotes. Just pretty funny. Yeah,
J.D. Vance has called people way worse.
Did y'all see Tucker Carlson versus Ted Cruz today?
Hold on.
Unfortunately, yes.
I might need to see that.
Yeah, clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. A clock is right twice a day. That's how the saying goes.
was Tucker Carlson like
he was laying traps and Ted Cruz was walking straight into him.
It was like the debate equivalent of a guy that just like walks, like steps on a rake, it hits him in the face, and he takes a turn, takes another step, another rake hits him in the face.
Oh, that's just Ted Cruz in a nutshell. I'm just gonna throw it out there, and I'm sure I'll get some heat for this, and I don't even care. I think you guys hate the Fox News version of Tucker Carlson. As someone that's watched that dude like somewhat recently, he's pretty based. As far as
I will say, I have been.
No, he's paid by the Qatari government. Fuck him.
All right,
fair enough.
I was just surprised to see these clips where I was like, "Damn, Tucker Carlson's actually on it." I thought he was a dick.
Because when he was on Fox News,
probably still
he was just touting
he's knowledgeable
the
and he uses it for money and greed and for his own purposes.
That's the American
he
dream.
married like
I mean,
the
that's
heiress
literally
to like
everyone.
the Heinz ketchup empire. He could just fuck off and be rich as shit for the rest of his life.
That's a lore drop.
Yeah, but
All
instead he has to be. He's obsessed with being in the media. He has to like constantly be like tinkering with American.
We say as we record
politics
our
and
weekly
American
podcast
policy
for
all the
200
time.
viewers.
He needs to go
We don't
away
try
to
to tell
catch
people what to
land. I
think,
never
though.
want to see his dumb, stupid face ever again. I hope Jon Stewart makes fun of
sorry,
his
I brought
bow
it up,
tie again,
Slap.
and he goes away forever.
I'm sorry,
I agree.
brought it up, Slap.
I
Don't see the Jon
I
Stewart
cannot
bit this
say
week, too.
publicly what I want to have happen to Tucker.
Yeah,
Carlson.
watch the Crossfire Jon Stewart episode if you never have watched it on YouTube.
Motherfucker never wore a bow tie ever again.
Cooper sent an email. It says, "Hey Shrimps,
Sorry, I brought
more
it up.
specifically DT. I
No,
was watching
that's
some
good content.
It is. I was watching some TikTok when I stumbled upon a familiar face. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this, but it has around 30,000 likes.
Uh-oh.
I have a feeling I know what this is.
Is it you? The pause glitch?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go faster?
100,000 likes. Jesus Christ.
On TikTok?
Oh my god,
What platform is this? I can't even tell.
Yeah, this is TikTok.
Okay. Someone just clipping it.
Credit to Hunter. Who the fuck is that? He credited
fuck is
some
that?
other fuck.
That's probably some
What?
other guy that stole your clip that he.
Hey, I
stole
was
that
waiting
one
for it to
from.
see credited Black Flags Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, God. Yeah, this thing will do the rounds every once in a while. At least this guy didn't crop my face out like the previous one that
Did
I
he
saw.
like just post this? All the comments are like from like 5 days ago.
Yeah, this is fresh. It always goes around. This was June 7th, so I guess 10 days ago. I'm glad
So
it has
he
my
posted like a
my
week and a
logo
half,
on it.
and it's gotten 100,000 likes.
I'm posting this on YouTube
TikTok's
Shorts, and I'm
crazy.
keeping all of the money.
Just think
I'll
about,
post it on YouTube Shorts.
Just think of
Wouldn't
the
be the first time I
revenue that
used
could have
that clip.
happened if all these views went to your YouTube video instead.
TikTok comments are so funny. This guy says that's a fake laugh. 63 likes. What do these people think I am?
Yeah, you're just fake laughing. For
Yeah,
content.
fuck off,
Laugh
Pablo. You
police
don't know
here.
what the fuck you're talking about.
The laugh didn't seem forced. What are you talking about? The whole video is awkward as fuck.
No, that's
true.
just DT.
The dude is corny and weird. What the fuck? God damn.
Well, let's just spend the rest of the podcast scrolling.
Imagine
through these
getting
comments.
roasted
Hold
on fucking TikTok.
It's not that funny though. 318. Dude, TikTok is such an insane platform.
To be fair, they're not watching of the context of you doing an entire stream of how broken this game was, and then this is just the icing
Dude,
on
and
top of the
I didn't
cake.
know about this, and someone dropped that in the chat where they like hit the pause thing. I was laughing my ass off, man. That shit was hilarious. Is it really that funny? God.
That's crazy that this was posted like 10 days ago, and it's gotten 100,000 likes.
Dude, I've
I
found
don't-
some of my shit on TikTok and like iFunny before. And I'm just like, how do these fucking people
Dude,
find
think about,
this and upload it, get like
Yeah,
hundreds
like,
of thousands
where
of
is this
views
getting
and-
passed around?
not to sound like a bummer, but think about what that revenue would translate to if all these views that went to this TikTok were seeing your YouTube video
On
instead.
some random fuck. With 500 followers with the bio Christian Bale.
I
Sure.
can guarantee most of the followers came from this video because 2/3 of his total likes came from this video.
No, but he said it was from someone else. He said it was some random fuck that I guess he got the
Hunter
clip from.
Tomlinson, isn't that like a NFL player?
At least it's not that bad because the previous time I saw my clip get reposted on TikTok, the guy on his own Twitter account was bragging about how many views he got on TikTok. So because I'm on Twitter, I quote-tweeted him and I was like, "Hey man, nice fucking clip," and then he like deleted it and disappeared out of embarrassment.
We'll be seeing you.
But anyway, evergreen clip. It'll do the rounds. You'll see it. Tell him to follow. Tell him to watch Shrimp Hours if you see him.
Coming to a
All right.
YouTube short near you.
Spike
I'm
writes
keeping
in and says,
all
"Howdy
$2
Shrimps.
I make on the ad revenue.
Hope y'all are doing well. Something cool to share. The other day, I received back my hero card request that I made with RCR. Included an Austin Hill Cup hero card and one for Casey Kane's Xfinity return. That's pretty sick. I would like to ask if you've ever done hero card requests and which ones are your favorite. As always, thanks for reading my email. Hope you have a great week.
I have not.
We were in Ryan Vargas's trailer and I was like, "Yo, can I have a hero card?" And he gave me a stack of like 20 and I was like, "Okay." Ben took one home. My favorite hero card is my Brad Smith one though, because that thing's printed in like 360 pixels.
Oh, I've got one of those somewhere. It's from New Smyrna.
Yeah. It's just like the biggest piece of shit hero card. It's awesome.
The back marker of all back markers.
And it's like born in Detroit, and it's like a 200 pixel picture of like a Detroit skyline. And then it's like 48 car. Luke writes in, no subject, just one sentence. He says, I understand why Slap said Caleb is a little bit fruity now. Happy Pride Month.
Hey,
Jesus Christ, we got a triple Keegan email.
Keegan.
if there's a spreadsheet, just skip all 3 of them.
Keegan says, first off, you're not going to throw me off by spamming swear words. I have the technology to slow video down. I don't care how long it takes.
You should, though. That's what we're trying to emphasize. You should care about how much time
queef.
you're wasting.
Secondly, Rusty should come back for a milestone episode. Yeah, it's a shame he's dead. Third,
he didn't come back for the season 3 finale. It's a shame.
Cody said I should get a job. I have one. The podcast is a side gig. I stay up late at night listening. So fuck you. I do what I want.
You make money from gigs. How much money are you making from counting our swear words? I love you. I'm sorry. I'm just giving you shit.
Says,
Cody's just
our
mean.
local Dairy
It's
Queen
true.
was voted the okayest bathroom in town. I wish I had a picture, but I'll have to go grab one.
The okayest bathroom.
My girlfriend's university's... Hold on. You have a girlfriend and you're watching her podcast that much? My girlfriend's university's dean of
Babe,
nursery...
please have sex with me. No, I'm counting swear words on this episode.
God damn it. Anyway, Keegan says his girlfriend's university's dean of nursery was charged with theft by swindle. She had funneled $400,000 worth of student funds to herself and her boyfriend. Jesus Christ.
Trouble.
Swindle is one of those words you always hear, but you rarely hear it in its like proper context.
Dude, it's such a good word for it though. Swindling. Dude, imagine getting swindled. And also no Rusty, it's true. He went to get cigarettes and never came home. There's a bunch of spreadsheet updates.
He went to improve his life and realized we weren't part of his life.
Did you make that public? I'm not sure. I hope so.
I hope so too.
In honor of Cozy and Blake,
the sheets are on the website. If Keegan made it public,
don't count the eNASCAR wins. That's not that exciting. Oh, quick eNASCAR news. Fuck Logan Clampett and his dog ass. Cozy was gonna win that race. It wasn't for that bitch intent wrecking for the 3rd time this season.
Did he get suspended like Blake did for?
He did. He
intent wrecking.
But he already should have had 2 by now. That fuck. Cozy was literally in the lead by like a second, 1.6 seconds at one point. He had it in the fucking bag, man. God.
Pretty finish.
10th.
Oh, that's not bad.
Well, yeah, but they were mid pit
know.
thing, and this fuck caused an intent caution. So stupid.
It's not like he got completely fucked and like got wrecked and like relegated back to 35th or something.
Yeah, but he was literally the fastest car in the winning position, and then got fucked by a caution.
Is that stream live? Hold on, I need to go back and find that moment.
Welcome to the Coke series.
Stupid.
Yeah, when are we going to talk about that?
In a 3rd email, says that anyone with the link can now access the spreadsheet. Thank you.
Nice.
Shrimphub.cool. You can look at the spreadsheet now if you click on the sheets. All right, Andrew R. Fan mail, 151. Morning, all y'all. As I write this, it's -2 degrees in my front parlor, and I'm sitting under a fleece blanket with 2 cats on top of me. I forgot it's winter in Australia. Dude, it's gonna be hot as balls here next week. It's already hot here. I'm not excited.
The highs for next week are like 96, 95, but I'm on vacation, so fuck them.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Van Gisbergen is leading the cup race in Mexico. I guess this is during the race, and Suarez won the Xfinity race. What gives? I just wanted to point out, this is such a special moment in time. Someone pointed out on Twitter, and I didn't realize how based this is. In every single NASCAR series right now, the most recent winner is not American. Which I don't think has ever happened.
Yeah, from ARCA all the way up to Cup.
Because Van Gisbergen's won the most recent cup race from New Zealand. Suarez from Mexico in Xfinity. And then 2 Canadians, Stuart Friesen and Trayton Lapsovich, have won the most recent truck and ARCA races. I think I did the math.
That's where NASCAR started to go downhill when they wouldn't let Americans win no more.
In them races, they had 122 Americans and only 10 international drivers. So I get fucked. America L again. We can goddamn, this is a hell of a sentence. Van Gisbergen's clearly working with he's basically saying the Trackhouse team sucks and at ovals, and that's why Van Gisbergen hasn't been doing well. And they show up at a road course and win, which is kind of crazy. He is like 32nd in points or whatever.
He's the only one that can heel toe it. So I think that gives him a big advantage.
He, like, it's pretty obvious that if you go to a track for the first time and there are changing conditions, like, that's just Van Gisbergen's central. Because, you know, you go to an oval and Van Gisbergen's running it for the first time and you've got a field full of dudes who've been running it for like a decade plus. I just don't think he's going to do as well as them. Especially as like a longtime road guy.
Yeah,
that's kind of insane that
he's been shit.
Yeah.
For the season.
Kind of sick that he pulled off his win though. That's probably the easiest round 1 playoff exit in history. Did anyone make that call on the
Probably not.
I just want to check because I asked for round 1 playoff exits, right, in the predictions. Who do we say? I said Allmendinger because I said he'd win a road course. Cody said Ty Gibbs. I don't even think he's close, although he did come close to a win, so he could do it. Caleb said Josh Berry, and Ben said Carson Hocevar, which I don't think either of those are happening either.
Josh Berry's in.
Is he in?
Yeah, he won at Las Vegas.
I completely forgot about that.
In the 21 car,
I totally forgot.
It's easy for to get
Brother's
that.
101st win.
Yeah,
Carson's came close to winning a couple times, so
it's true. It's kind of insane how some of these dudes at the bottom of the points or have come close to or have won races. Anyway, does Trackhouse suck as a result of Pitbull leaving and the team's running out of cash? Are they becoming the second Rick Ware Racing? That's not that bad.
Oh, I didn't even realize Pitbull left.
Yeah, it was like a year ago.
It was like the end of last year.
We know that Suarez and Van Gisbergen aren't as bad as the results indicate. I also think it's big to stretch from 2 cars to 3 cars, plus sometimes they pull out a 4th. It's like what happened at Colleague, I think. Anyway, Mr. S writes in, Bowman Gray got rained out, so Mexico's all I have to talk about. Both the races were based as fuck, and it was funny seeing people on Twitter bitch about NASCAR racing in Mexico. True. We got another Andrew R email. Goddamn. Who says, back in the day, I was ground crew in RAF 617 Squadron. Goddamn. We were operating tornadoes in both Operation Eagle Eye and Operation Allied Force, bombing Kosovo. It's fucking Andrew R.
Serbians.
When we'd run the nights, we would rue the nights when we get MREs. MREs, without exception, are utter garbage. Save yourself, Ben. Turn around now. Reverse.
But how many dicks have you sucked for a nacho cheese spread?
He says, what you want are boiling vessels. These things boil water, heat up tins, they can cook curries in a battle tank doing 80 miles an hour. And provide a link to a boiling vessel, which I guess is just a little fucking electric heater thing where you boil water and then you can have hot food without a stupid little MRE pack.
He said he was British Air Force.
RAF.
Yeah.
Ground crew.
Well, I guess they have better like field kitchens over there because from what I've heard, American field kitchens just give you like shit on a shingle and other bullshit they come up with.
Rogan Josh, which I've never heard of. That sounds like a person. Beef Vindaloo, slow cooked beef, or the ability to make tea and coffee on the move or in the sky. Thank you from Andrew R. PS 617, which is the squadron, is now operating F-35s. Good lore. Nolan sent in an email. Says, hey Shrimps, after having time to sleep on the Mexico race, I think that was one of the best races we've had in a good bit of time. Excellent driving, excellent pit strategy, not an excessive number of cautions, rain changing the game, and it looked decently packed for NASCAR in a place that never raced. Dude, the clips of the drivers going through the pits and just getting swarmed by fans was kind of sick. I'm kind of disappointed so few teams did anything in Mexican sponsorship, but that was unsurprising. Overall, 8 to 9 out of 10. Yeah, I think it'll be cool. Especially like, now that they've been there once and it'll generate some buzz, I feel like they'll be like even more hype next year. Like, they put on a good race. I think more people will like make the trip over to Mexico City.
I would have to say that it being on Prime definitely saved it because they were looking at all the battles that were going on. I think if it was on like Fox or NBC, they would have been focused on the leader who's 7 seconds ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about the
Prime.
The Prime broadcast that they had. Yeah, they focused on all the different battles like as they were happening. Like you didn't feel like you were missing anything.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, last email. It comes in from Roman again. Who says, I guess what I said about sending emails to episode 150 didn't age well. It's true. He doubled up for this one. That's fine. If this email falls in episode 152, I will touch all of you.
Hey, yo.
We're good. Anyway, I have a real Animal Planet story.
You are a genuine butt toucher.
The cat distribution system got me. Last night, I found a kitty sitting outside the back door of my house. It was past 2 a.m. I was getting ready to go to bed, but I went outside to check out the cat. Obviously, it was a stray, likely a female. She was hesitant to get near me at first, but after I sat down for a minute, she let herself get near me and pet her. Long story short, I sat outside petting this cat for nearly 2 hours. Oh my god. My mom fed her some ham, meat, and milk. Ham, comma, meat, comma, and milk. I appreciate ham not being classified as a meat. I ended up getting a lot of mosquito bites, but honestly could care less when I'm around a cat. We could have kept her, but every time we tried getting her inside the house, she wanted to go back out, so we just let her be. I did have to go to sleep after all. I just couldn't stay outside with the cat all night. By morning, she was gone, which I kind of figured. If she ever shows up again, I'll give updates if that ever does happen and we do decide to keep her. And sent pictures of said cat on said porch. And it is a real fucking cutie. Look at this girl.
Oh.
Look at this girl. Look at this kitty. Nice cat. Next to the animal planet.
She's in really good shape.
Sounds like the cat's yours now.
Well,
she came to you.
if she didn't want to stay inside. Oh. Hopefully you see her again, though, and she'll come by for some more pets. Alright.
Hit the button.
It's the last ever episode of this show. Happy season 4. Buy the merch.
It's so
shop.shrimphub.cool. Let me know if you want hats in weird colors. Someone did ask me about changing the color of the bill of the hat. And the only option I think I have for that is a black hat with a red bill, which doesn't really work well with the shrimp colors because it's orange. But what are we calling this?
It's the title.
What do we got? What do we got?
Where are these? I've got Bowman Gay. I've got Not Even Jar Worthy. Or Booze is Food.
I like Not Even Jar Worthy.
That's not even jar worthy. That's it.
All right. See you never.
Just like this podcast.
Not even jar worthy. Wasn't that bad, was it?
Not this
Like,
one.